own silence.
Amen. Amen.
There have been a lot of times we could have stood for one another. And I don't have to go back through the history of America, the history of the world, and the history of the Holocaust, or the history of any other type of genocide that has been perpetrated. But I do want to tell you this, that because many people of goodwill stood around, they didn't want to take on the flag because they're afraid. That's the third rail in South Carolina. We don't want to take on the symbols of our prejudice or the symbols of our racism or the symbols of our classism. We don't want to take those symbols on. And because we wouldn't bring the symbol down, the symbol created a spirit that stuck in the heart of this young man who had no way of discerning that because he had stopped in his own tracks. And recognize this, that each of us has, my third one, needs to have the courage to stand. Not just today. This is wonderful. And I tell you, I heard some people whispering, I'm not sure I can go down there. I'm not sure I'm going to be how I'm going to be received. Let me tell you something. Every African-American church I know of,
Amen,
more than happily receives anybody that wants to come.
Amen. Amen.
Remember this, the black church, as it is so called, is not a church that separated itself because it wanted private worship. It's a church that came out where they were denied the ability to worship. And what then happened and developed became both a spiritual, religious, and cultural expression of worship to God. It is not as though somebody wants this quote-unquote black church that is excludes white. No. You come to any of our church on any given Sunday, and there's everybody sitting there. And that's why he was welcomed to that place. And that's what hurt so bad, because he took that opportunity and he turned around and he showed himself to be full of hatred. But I can tell you this much. Those people stood up and they showed themselves to be full of forgiveness. And each of us not only need to stand in forgiveness, but we need to stand in faith together. And we need to make a statement in this area and around us and find ways to bring down racism, classism, sexism.
Thank you, Bishop. He probably said a lot of what I wanted to say, and they probably like me.